Welcome to Desert Giant Gaming. This is Jake here with my little vlog style video from PAX. I was at PAX yesterday. Me and Nicole, my wife, walked around, and I really didn't play a super ton of games, but I did walk around and enjoy looking at some games. I have a few I've played that I'll talk about, and a few maybe that I did play that I don't have anything for, but or just watched and thought were interesting. I can remember off my head. I kind of didn't really take really great notes. I meant to, and got distracted by just hustle and bustle of PAX on a Friday. It gets pretty busy. So one of the last games I actually played, I'll start with, was Wolverblade. I'm going to hold up the little cards I got. Sorry, they're all folded, but it's a 2D beat 'em up Celtic style game. Pretty fun overall. I think Nicole is something that Nicole was able to pick up and play pretty well. There's a few things we ended up dying at the boss, but that was because we both were kind of figuring out the controls still a little bit about being able to dodge roll and whatnot, which I kind of found out during the boss battle. But it was pretty fun. The lore is kind of interesting. What they're kind of doing things like the Romans invading the Celtic region, and kind of interesting story for the most part. So they didn't really delve into like what the uniqueness of the Wolverblade was, but kind of was an interesting game. Then there's a game called Sleep Tight. I found this when I was walking by. It's kind of as a Pixar style. Apparently, some of the artists from Pixar and Zootopia and whatnot were working the game. Art style wise, from the rep I talked to, they it's a score based, like a game, basically surviving rounds. It's a almost, I would compare it to a little bit like Dungeon Defenders, but instead of a third person shooter, it's a top down twin stick shooter. Where in between rounds you can set up different turrets, but it's more of a wave based game as opposed to being like Dungeon Defenders, which is like a rail based tower defense where they come down the lanes and whatnot. So it's a little bit more open like that, but it's leaderboard pushing, so it'll like story or end game kind of thing. Is kind of keep going to infinity. I guess they have a scale somehow like that, but hopefully add more to it. No co-op for that game. I was kind of thought the game maybe that would live with co-op and have, if they want to do a separate leaderboard for co-op or something, that'd be kind of cool. But if they want to do it through that, that's fine. But it was a fun enough game. I had some trouble with ammo and whatnot, not knowing. I was dumb and picked up two weapons I didn't have any ammo for. It wasn't obvious to me. I was kind of just picking up and going. But the second game, or the third game now, Iris Fall, which is kind of a cool. It was kind of a cool puzzle game, 3D puzzle game where it's a very steampunk style art. There's a bunch of clockwork tower kind of thing. The first level that in the demo, the first part of the demo was you like manipulating a clock and like shadows and whatnot to advance the next area, which is pretty interesting, pretty neat. I actually like that. And the next one took me a little bit to figure out, longer than I wanted to, but it was this all like puzzle, these picture frames, and you have to activate certain there's different symbols on them. You had to activate them a certain way to advance to the end of it, which took me a little bit to figure out what they were trying to get me to do, but I got it finally. And then after that point, I was ready to move on. But I got what I wanted out of that. They're taking pictures of me playing that game, which is kind of interesting. But but it was still an enjoyable game. I definitely want to keep that one in mind. Another one that I thought was interesting, kind of reminded me of what they're doing right now with A Way Out. Ray of Ilk. Sorry, right of Ilk. It was a cooperative, like 3D, like platformer, a game. Pretty much you're bound to each other by a rope, and you can teleport to each other. So you can like launch someone up, and then teleport to that person once you move them to the next area. And there's some like you can use the rope to knock things over, and they did some interesting stuff like that, which I thought was pretty cool. We wanted to play, we were in line to play. It was taking a while. We watched enough people play it to the point where we're like, we kind of got what we need to do for this. I mean, just playing it would be kind of fun, but we watched like 3 people online play before it, so we kind of got the gist of it. But so yeah, I'd definitely be interested in playing, especially with Nicole as not a super gamer, and a game I can help her out with and walk through. This one actually didn't have a demo for, but it's Bound By, which I just thought the art style of it. It's kind of hard to see the art style in this. Some of the concept art they had was definitely different than that, a little nicer than that. But it's supposed to be a tactical like RPG, kind of like in the vein of Fire Emblem and those style games. Again, they didn't have a working demo, but it talked to one rep and says bit of art and story driven. I hope the combat's very similar from what she kind of said. It sounded like it would be like that, but it's still they're waiting to get a build out. I think she said the game out by December this year, so definitely keep an eye out for that. I hope they do some sort of demo available before then. It'd be kind of interesting. This game I didn't actually play, but we walked by and kind of thought it was interesting. It's mini bots of the game. It's this little like, art style where you're pretty much just a little mini boss. It's a party game, twin stick shooter, kind of like really high, lots of going on the screen, really kind of hard to follow at the time, but it looked kind of uh, dorky and kind of fun. I'm trying to think of some other games I played. I played Detroit Become Human. The same demo they showed the first time where you're the detective or not detective, the like negotiator android negotiating with the other android that went a little haywire, trying to kill his human, and I succeeded, but my character did die. I looked at the tree and I can't remember if there was a way that you could survive, but it was an interesting game. It was kind of cool. I kind of hope his story arc is a little more than that. I hope that's like the last. It could be the last level because you can easily die, or whatnot. Because seems like an interesting kind of character and kind of interesting detective thing you kind of do with that character. Because there's at least what 3 or 4 they've shown are different story arcs, and to flesh out that game, I hope it's a bit more than that because that part was maybe a few minutes. So I'm hoping for him they fleshed that out a little more. Um, I'm trying to think of anything else I really played that I don't have cards for because I try to grab cards for games I really played. But that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoy it. I hope Tim doesn't have too much trouble editing this. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll be back to my normal schedule of stuff next week. So thanks for watching. See you next one, and thank you.